him. Growing older all the time, looking older all the time, feeling younger in my mind.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today, for I Remember Gaming's sophomore presentation, we're going to turn the clock back further than last time. This time, we're going back to the warm summer of 1996 in a small town called Orem, Utah. It was the summer leading up to my 6th grade year of elementary school. My mother was a teacher and high school counselor working in a different school, but same district as mine. Little did I know, but on this day, my mom was going to fundamentally change my life completely. Her name was to be handed down on the tales of legend for her heroic deeds this day. Mainly, taking me to her coworker's house, cause what else was she supposed to do with me? My mom worked with this lady named Paula in the school district. She took me to her house one warm summer morning after baseball practice. I was blown into the stratosphere. I walked in and took in a sight of complete and utter stupefaction. She had 2 or 3 sons, if my memory serves me.
On September 29th, N64 is scheduled for release in North America. The system is about to change. But before it does, we decided to invite 3 of the best gamers in the country to put it to the test. This is N64.
It's hard to remember much from that day. So much sensory overload that was about to follow. As I stepped down into their basement, my jaw unraveled and tumbled across the floor like a slinky downstairs. NES games stacked to the ceiling. Super Nintendo games also stacked in the same fashion. Game Boy games spread across every surface, along with Virtual Boy, Super Scope 6, trackpads, and the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Power Glove. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Yeah, well, just keep your Power Gloves off her, pal, huh?
The floor was a neon kaleidoscope of color. Instead of carpet spread across the floor was every Nintendo magazine ever to come out. I couldn't believe my luck, and suddenly my boring as hell trip to some random coworker of my mom's became the greatest day of my life. But you'll see why in a moment. The sons began to indoctrinate me into their cult, a cult I very much wanted to be in. They showed me what a Game Genie was and what it was capable of doing with its 3 code entry slots, just like 3 wishes to be granted. And with it, we beat Ninja Turtles 1 and Ghostbusters 1 and 2, which I had not been able to do up until that point. They showed me Teleroboxer for the Virtual Boy, a system that surprisingly I also had at home. I had never played Teleroboxer until that day, and I loved it. I asked him if I could borrow it, and yeah, let's see here. Let's look through some of my photos of my game collect. Yeah, my mom never took me back there after this. So, yo, if you guys are out there watching this, I got your game, brah. One of the brothers pulled me aside and busted out their Nintendo mags. They showed me this thing called the Nintendo Ultra 64. I didn't really pay any attention or know what the hell that was. I was so enamored that they also had a Virtual Boy. I failed to see what they were showing me. Suddenly, the older brother who had his license burst into the room yelling, "They have it! They have it! Oh my God, they have it!" he screamed. "The Ultra Nintendo?" his brothers responded back as I looked up from the Virtual Boy. "Yes! It's at Toys R Us right now! Let's go, let's go, let's go!" Now, I was still in the 6th grade and had never been in a car with big boys or whatever. But my mom said it was A-okay, so we loaded up and took off. Now, I really cannot put into words that will do justice for the feeling I got when I came around the corner of that Toys R Us and saw the demo set up with about 15 TVs and 15 Nintendo 64s. I really can't explain it. I wasn't ready for it. I had no idea that this was coming into my life. It just took me by surprise. And really, to this day, saying this to you guys, I get goosebumps and the hair is standing up on the back of my neck. It was like seeing the mothership landing. I couldn't believe my eyes. It wasn't possible. There's no way games can do this shit. In full 3D? Are you kidding me? I must be asleep. Someone please wake me up. This has to be a dream. I had tears in my eyes. Really, it was so beautiful. I have tears in my eyes right now just reminiscing about it. It was just so damn pretty. It was like your first crush or your first kiss. I mean, the birth of your first child. Looking into the sky, seeing a shooting star. A sunset in a beautiful mountain pass over a waterfall. It really hit me so hard I just stood there with my mouth gaping as the 3 brothers pushed past me and all ran over to queue up in the lines behind the other Nintendo 64s and people waiting to play them. There was a lot of people there ready to view this masterpiece that, in my opinion, at that point in my life, it had more significance than, say, the Mona Lisa or Starry Night. More importance to mankind than, anything written by Bach.
My next guest is the lead singer for the hit band Skid Row. He says there's nothing wrong with a little bit of pot after a hard day's work. Sometimes it can even put you in the mood for love. Please welcome from Skid Row, Sebastian Bach and his wife Maria.
Or Beethoven.
It's not even Saturday night. Well, she drives me crazy.
George? Who are you talking to?
Charles Grodin. Beethoven.
All of the Ninja Turtles of the Renaissance artwork and statues only could rival this work of art in its purest form. Don't ask me, what rock I was living under that I didn't know this was coming. I read X-Men comics. I didn't see it in there, the ads. The main game rag that I would read was Tips and Tricks because it had the codes in the back. So I wasn't even paying attention to like EGM or anything, Nintendo Power at this time. And the only kid in the hood at this point that had the internet was my friend JK. But we didn't look up games or anything back then. I just wasn't ready for a life-changing event of this magnitude. I remember you only got like 5 minutes, and then Mario would kill the game and say, "It's a me, Mario! Thank you for playing Nintendo 64. Who's next?"
It's me, Mario. Thank you for playing Nintendo 64. Who's next?
Or some shit like that. Jerk. I distinctly remember not knowing how the F to hold the controller. The first time playing, I held the little joystick with my left hand's thumb and forefinger. Yeah, I thought Mario 64 was kinda hard playing it that way. I didn't end up getting my own 64 until 97 when I was in the 7th grade, but I'll cover that later. I went back to their house just in a daze. Of course, I told my parents, but had to wait for 2 years before I finally got my own. The wait was worth it. But like I said before, that's for another episode. Just want to thank everyone for tagging along for this trip down memory lane. I can't wait to see you at our next video. Make sure to tune in. Same bat time, same bat channel. And remember... Hey, paisanos! It's the Super I Remember Gaming Super Show! It's Kodak, brother, and I remember the game. We're not like the other YouTubers who get all the fame. If your memory's in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers. You'll be hooked on the brothers. Gimme, 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 yeah. Alright guys, we have arrived at the end of my second Nintendo 64 first time experience. Just want to let everybody know there is a contest in this video as well. If you can accurately relay the name of every game's music and footage used in this video, I will send you a grab bag of different kinds of video game merch from China, knockoffs, funny things, knickknacks, whatever. I'll put together a grab bag, send it to your house if you answer correctly. This contest is different on both videos, so 2 grab bags are up in the air now. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys at our next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye guys.
I think they're excited. Yes! 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 Now we can go to Grace from Blockbuster, Anna. Yeah. Now you can open up your small one. Okay. Now I my dream! Nintendo 64 remote control car!